Hi, good to see you, Manish. Good to see you, Mangala ma'am. Good to see you, Priya. So, good evening, and we are in the 49th session of Tuesday with Life Coach Pinaki. So, like next Tuesday, we are going to complete 50 sessions. And these are all basically business sessions which are designed in a way where you can see that how you can apply it in your own personal growth, in your own relationships. So, tonight, we are going to discuss something very interesting. And this is about the difference between a salesman and a sales profession. If you discover that many a times when you are making an attempt and things are not working, you are trying to close a sale and things are not working, or maybe somebody is trying to sell you something, exactly what happens when you eventually go and buy it, or exactly what happens when somebody just listens to you, takes your inputs and makes a choice of buying decision. So we are going to dismantle that to some extent tonight. Okay. So naturally, the first question which I'm going to ask you is that what comes to your mind when you think about a salesman? What comes to your mind?
Actually selling you, first trying to influence you and then sell you the product.
Okay. What else?
He's he's the end, but at the same time the most important.
Mhm. What comes to your mind when you think of a salesman? Actually, think of a salesman. And what do you expect from that salesman? What that person is going to do? How that person is going to behave? What kind of grooming that person may be having? I'm talking about salesman. How do you imagine a salesman? कोई बंदा आपको कुछ बेचने आया है. So
He
what goes to
influence
your mind? What
he,
comes to your
he
mind?
influences you, but not very good polished behavior. Unless the product be high end like a car or something, then
Mhm.
over there they have good behavior. But if you go and buy small products, then I don't think they have very good polished behavior. But he shows you the product and that's it. It's only when we ask, then he tells you the features.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, Manish, according to you, what are the what comes to your mind when you think of a salesman?
Salesman.
Hmm. What comes to your
Salesman
mind when you think of a salesman?
salesman is basically with more focused amount, just selling it, and not really deeply concerned about your preferences, your interest, and things like that.
Hmm. What else? What else?
He is interested only if he's going to get a commission.
Okay. Okay. What
He's
else?
interested in selling it properly, I'll say. Only if he's going to get a commission.
Okay. Okay.
He
What else
doesn't
comes to your
he
mind?
doesn't design the strategy. It is the manager or someone else who decides the strategy. So he may be a person who has strategy or no strategy depending on the product.
Okay. Okay.
Like if I
What
go
else?
to a stationery shop, there is no such thing as high end selling. So he has just been employed काम करने के लिए from 9 to 5.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's a mechanical job. Whereas when the product is high end, like a car or a TV, then I think there is training which is given to him. And
Hmm.
it is expected that he be polite. It is
Hmm.
expected that he keep quiet and serve.
Okay.
Third category is service sector. Like if you go to a 5-star hotel, he will give you polished behavior, good service, but he
Hmm.
will not himself tell you eat this or eat that. If you ask, then he will give you good explanation
Hmm.
and he is there at your service till you tell him to go.
Okay.
So that service sector is a little different from what shall I say, product sector.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good. Good thoughts. Yes, Manish. What comes to your mind when you think of a salesman?
I just shared na कि मतलब he's purely focused on selling his product and not really having a very deep knowledge and the customer requirements, preferences, and things like that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Anything else? Anything else?
maybe that the training given to high-end product salespeople or the service sector, if it is again high-end, then a lot of training is involved over there. So I think the customer is happier with these people.
Okay. What else? Now let me ask you this other question: that what comes to your mind when you think of a sales professional?
Sales professional. He makes strategies. He designs his training session, and he has a sense of responsibility, which makes him design or do programming in a very different manner.
Okay. Interesting. Yes, Manish. What comes to your mind when you think of a sales professional?
The responsibility is the strongest.
The sales professional, like, who is also like who understand the customer requirements and then develop a strategy which is like a win-win situation for both the buyer and the seller actually,
Mhm.
and connect a deep relationship with the customer, like not like one time selling and just so he creates a good impression about his product, his behavior, and so that is allowed building a long-term relationship with the customer.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
it's like
Interesting.
both the parties win actually. It just just like understanding the customer requirement and serving him well actually, not like a one-sided story. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Anything else? Anything else?
Is a professional always, he does an independent job or like a consultancy, come responsibility,
Mm.
and he has a strong sense of accountability,
Okay. Okay.
which a salesperson may not have. At most, the owner will say, "Arey, why didn't you sell it? हो गया, नहीं लिया उसने, finished." You can get it, that responsibility and commitment is less.
Okay. All right. Good. So let us start looking at it in pointers. ठीक है, pointers की तरह देखते हैं. So the first pointer is, this is the most important pointer. This pointer is the attitude.
Mhm.
So for a salesman, his mission is commission. Commission is his mission or her mission. And for a sales professional, value addition is his mission or her mission. The fundamental difference in the mission itself. See, the game that we are playing, the discussion that we are having over last almost 8 to 10 weeks is all about how to create a strong, reliable, profitable, long-term relationship. है ना? अगर आपको कहीं पे भी कुछ बड़ा सक्सेस लेना है तो you have to have this thing in place with people who matter to you to get there, to reach there. So essentially what we are focusing on, a long, profitable, reliable, long-term relationship. Strong, profitable, reliable, long-term relationship. A salesman will never look at it. So his mission is commission. उसको commission से मतलब है. While for a sales professional, his fundamental focus is on adding value. Even better, जो और भी अच्छे sales professional हैं, their first objective is to educate their customer. They will educate their customer. They'll take that time to educate the customer so that customer feels comfortable before taking a call. Main difference. This is the first difference. So the focus is on the mission. And sales, then naturally sales professional always close bigger deals. Bigger deals, they can be in terms of the size of the deal, it can be in terms of the continuity of the deal, like renewals or repeat buying. So let us look at the other things. The second thing, the second difference between a salesman and a sales professional is the focus. The salesman focuses on closing the deal at any cost, while a sales professional focuses on solving the client's problem and adding value. तो प्रोफेशनल का मेन फोकस रहता है कैसे मैं इस बंदे का, मेरा जो कस्टमर है उसका कोई भी जो प्रॉब्लम है उसको मैं सॉल्व कर सकता हूँ. Many times what happens, the customers can't even see the problem which may happen in the future. A sales professional will help that person to see that problem first, that this is the challenge you are likely to face. I'm talking about even selling a car also. The sales people, they will try their best to sell the old car ASAP.
That's a good
जो
one.
सेल्स प्रोफेशनल है वो कभी भी पुराना कार नहीं बेचेगा. तो बोलेगा कि ये पुराना है, नया मॉडल अभी आ रहा है, अभी आप इसको मत लो, यू वेट फॉर 3 months, मार्च में आने तो तब आप लेना.
Pinaki, the thing is, the sales professional focus is to win the trust of the customer first. Like that, yes, his main objective is to win the customer confidence and make him a customer forever, kind of a thing.
Exactly. So that is the whole object. The objective is to create a strong, reliable, profitable, long-term relationship.
जैसे कि है ना, अभी I have some people in the market where मतलब their relationship is like that कि मुझे ये चीज लेनी है तो उसी से लेनी है, ठीक है ना. वो एक कहते हैं ना, एक कस्टमर कॉन्फिडेंस बन जाता है, चाहे मुझे वो 2 रुपए महंगी पड़े, लेकिन I'll get the right thing, and a little bit money here and there doesn't matter if I'm getting the right thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good. अभी हम और discover करेंगे. Good. Now things will see, whatever I am going to share with you, you already know about it. Nothing new. The only thing is probably you are discovering it for the first time, that yes, I also know about this. Okay. So let's proceed to the third one. So first is about attitude, the mission. Second one was the focus. Now the third one. Third one is a salesman works transactionally. He sees each sale as isolated. A salesman, he sees each sale as an isolated sale, isolated event. Sales professional क्या करते? He works relationally. He builds long-term trust and repeat business. Yeah, this is exactly what Manish just rightly said. Then comes the fourth one. Normally, a salesman talks more and listens less. A sales professional listens more and talks to understand the real needs. Sales professional जो है ना वो सवाल ज्यादा पूछता है to actually understand what the client needs. So if you allow your client, your customer to talk, then you'll get to know what he's looking for. And based on that, you can offer a solution. Again, it's like selling a car. If you keep on talking without even knowing what the client is looking for, maybe the client is looking for the interiors and you are talking about the exteriors. So he will not take any interest in whatever you are saying.
Just like, if the sales professional is looking for the right customer, then the right customer is also looking for the right sales professional.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Then comes the point number 5. Pushes products and features. Salesman, he pushes products and features, while a sales professional sells solutions and benefits tailored to the client. The same product, Product still remains the same. The salesman pushes the product and its features. While a sales professional, he sells a solution and benefits tailored to the client. Product वही है, सर्विस भी वही है. वही डिजिटल मार्केटिंग का सर्विस मैं भी बेचता हूँ, बहुत लोग बेचते हैं. वही वेब सॉल्यूशंस मैं भी बेचता हूँ, बहुत लोग बेचते हैं. वही लाइव कोचिंग सेशंस मैं भी देता हूँ, बहुत लोग देते हैं. In fact, this is also a session which I am selling.
And one more important thing, Pinaki, just came to my mind is that, sometimes when you educate the customer about a product, that makes him feel you might sell him at a little higher price or maybe not offer a discount, but you win the trust of the customer that you are being educated in a right way so that you can buy the right product.
Yeah, absolutely. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right.
And that makes the customer interesting with you. He will sit with you, talk to you, he will become friendly with you, and then you become a rapport with the customer. And then he
Yes.
says, yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah.
Absolutely. Good. Then comes the point number 6. A salesperson measures success by sales volume, while a sales professional measures success by client satisfaction and retention. सेल्स प्रोफेशनल को रिलेशनशिप से मतलब है. उसको पता है कि इसने अगर प्रोडक्ट मेरे से नहीं भी खरीदा ना, ये मेरे को लीड दे सकता है. ना? So a salesman जो होता है, he measures success by sales volume. और जो प्रोफेशनल होता है, he measures success by client satisfaction and retention. जैसे मनीष आपने अभी बोला ना कि मुझे अगर कोई चीज किसी से लेना है तो मैं उसी से जाके लूंगा, चाहे वो चीज कोई और बेचने आए. क्योंकि इसके साथ आपका एक ऐसा रिश्ता बन गया है कि you know that this person will never cheat me. This and I should remain loyal to this person.
वो कहते ना कि जैसे कहते ना कि you go to right doctor, चाहे उसकी फीस थोड़ी ज्यादा है, you don't mind that, but you get the right, you are going to get the right advice basically.
Absolutely. Okay.
I think
Next point.
is it that on for small products we don't mind compromising, but bigger products we don't compromise. Health educated people don't compromise.
मैम इट डिपेंड्स कि आपके लिए कौन सा कॉस्टली प्रोडक्ट है, कौन सा सस्ता प्रोडक्ट है. मेरे लिए एक 5 लाख का गाड़ी भी कॉस्टली हो सकता है इफ आई एम जस्ट ड्राइविंग अ स्कूटर. एंड इफ आई ओन अ एमयूवी तो मेरे लिए मर्सिडीज कॉस्टली होगा.
No, but I'm saying in general, the costly products are different from, more people buy more with attention, care, concern, and because it is investment, it is long-term profitable. Whereas for small things, we don't bother. अरे 5 रुपया कम है ना, forget it. 10 रुपया का माल है ना, छोड़ दे यार. You get what I mean?
Yeah, it depends. It depends. मतलब आपके लिए कौन सा स्मॉल है, कौन सा कॉस्टली, it depends on your
No. In general, things which are economically cheap are
quite
considered
likely.
small.
Quite likely.
I'm not talking of subjectivity. I'm objectively saying that
Yeah,
that's
so
how
quite
people
likely. So
tend to
even when
behave.
you are going
If I have to buy a
property-
house, I think 10 times. If I have to buy a car of 15 lakhs, I think 10 times. But if I have to buy a vegetable of 50 rupees, maybe I don't think as much because the amount is less.
Quite likely.
So
quite
this is
likely.
another tendency which people have.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
see, but the point is that in any case, you are meeting a salesperson, whether that person is selling a vegetable or but that person is selling a car.
And what happens about online purchases then?
Online purchases, if you might be looking at the reviews, you might be looking at what others people are talking about it. You might be looking at the features that are being mentioned about that product. Maybe book reviews are there.
No, so is the difference that in certain cases someone else influences me, could be a professional depending on the product, but when it is online, it is self-influencing.
No, even the online system is also influencing you.
No. What I mean is, in general, you convince yourself that this is good.
That you would do anyway, ma'am. Nobody
Okay.
convinces you. You always convinces yourself. You are the only person who sell anything to yourself.
Okay.
You take the decision to make the purchase. अपने लिए. Nobody else does it for you. Others, they may be doing whatever they are doing. But what you are getting is what you are telling yourself. आप खुद को जो बोल रहे हो वही सुन रहे हो. अगला बंदा कुछ भी बोले. If you are repeating what the other person is saying, then you are listening to that. But that never happens. What happens is whatever the other person is saying, you create a meaning out of it and you talk to yourself that meaning. You get emotionally attached. That person is not making you emotionally attached. उसका काम है बोलना, वो बोल रहा है, वो अपने तरीके से बोल रहा है. I have already covered that session in 2-3 sessions. Where one of the sessions, you are the best marketing and salesperson you have ever met. And you just listen to that session. Another session was, you are the best teacher that you have ever met. You are your only mentor, coach, trainer and teacher. क्योंकि आपने खुद को जो सिखाया वही अभी तक आपने सीखा. किसी ने आपको कुछ सिखा नहीं पाया. Others only shared their perception in their own language about that particular topic. Same topic, 4 टीचर्स होंगे, 4 प्रोफेसर्स होंगे, अलग अलग तरीके से वो प्रेजेंट करेंगे. उसमें से आपने क्या अपने आप को बताया वही आपने जाना, और उसमें आपने क्या क्या अमल किया वो आपने सीखा. That is why the teacher is the same. There are 50 students in the class, but not everybody gets the same marks. The students get the marks as much as they have taught themselves. टीचर का उसमें कोई खास क्रेडिबिलिटी नहीं है. मैं जाकिर हुसैन का एक वीडियो शेयर किया था जहाँ पे जाकिर हुसैन, उस्ताद जाकिर हुसैन, उन्होंने बोला था, it's all on the student. It's nothing to do with the teacher. टीचर खाली आपको बता सकता है कि ये this is go like this will be like this, इसको ऐसे करना है, लेकिन वो करना आप ही को पड़ेगा अगर आपको सीखना है. You know, the way you learned how to eat with a spoon, somebody told you this is how you can eat with a spoon, but unless you do it on your own several times, you will never be able to do it. Okay, let's get into this session. So salesman, sales professional. Next one. Now salesman normally focuses on one size fits all pitches. उसको पता है कि मुझे यही बोलना है, ऐसे ही बोलना है, and he keeps on saying the same thing in the same way. Hardly he innovates, क्योंकि वो सुनने के लिए नहीं बैठा ना, तो बोलने के लिए बैठा. The same product, let's listen to this very carefully. It's the same nimbu pani. Somewhere it is being sold as virgin mojito, and somewhere it is being sold as simple nimbu pani. बीच में एक दो versions और भी है. Fundamentally, it's the same thing. अब जो नींबू पानी बेच रहा है वो शायद 5 रुपए ग्लास बेच रहा है या 10 रुपए ग्लास बेच रहा है, क्योंकि नींबू का कॉस्ट ही है शायद 5 रुपए. But the same thing, virgin mojito with a little bit of basil or maybe pudina, it is being sold at a price of say 100 rupees, 200 rupees, depending upon where you are buying it from. Product remains the same. कोई खास फर्क नहीं. Maybe the water will be a little better. नींबू तो वही है ना. So now the same salesman, if you just ask him to sell that virgin mojito, he cannot sell, because वो सोच ही नहीं सकता कि 5 रुपए का ग्लास में 50 रुपए में 100 रुपए में बेच सकता. उसका सोच ही वैसा नहीं है. So he is saying the same thing. नींबू पानी करके वो बेचता. So a salesman focuses only on one size fits all pitches, whereas a sales professional uses customized client-centric approach. See, sales professional का काम है आपको एक solution देना, आपको बेचना नहीं. So वो आपको एक solution दे रहा है. So naturally he has to customize his sales pitch in a way such that आपको ये feel हो के ये मेरे लिए ही है. It has to have a client-centric approach. ठीक है? Then comes the next one. This is very interesting. A salesman relies heavily on discounts and persuasion. तो बोलो प्रोडक्ट का ये प्राइस है, अभी उसके इतना डिस्काउंट चल रही है, चलिए मैम आप अगर आज लेना चाहो तो बोलो, मैं देखता हूँ कुछ और कर सकता हूँ कि नहीं, इसमें कुछ और डिस्काउंट ऐड करवा सकते हो कि आप अगर क्रेडिट कार्ड से पे करोगे तो इसमें अभी एडिशनल डिस्काउंट आपको मिल जाएगा. दैट इज ऑल दिस व्हाट दिस Amazon, Flipkart, they are also doing. Freedom sale. What is freedom sale? You buy a product on Amazon during these freedom sale hours or freedom sale days using HDFC credit card, and you will get a 10% additional discount apart from the discounted price. वो आपको बता नहीं रहा, बंदा नहीं बता रहा, लेकिन टेक्नोलॉजी बता रहा है. So they rely heavily on discounts and persuasions, while a sales professional relies on credibility, expertise, and trust building. That's how, though it's the same fundamental, it's the same thing: a steering wheel, the gearbox, the clutch, the accelerator, the handbrake, the four wheels, the engine. Fundamentally, it's the same thing, the chassis, same thing. It can cost 1 lakh rupee, it can cost 1 crore. पर्पस वही फुलफिल होता है कि आप गाड़ी में बैठोगे, एक जगह से दूसरे जगह जाओगे at your comfort. Traveling between 2 points will take the same time. Maybe a little bit of extra luxury, that's it. But what is that extra luxury if you're driving on a Bangalore street? You are facing the same traffic. उस लग्जरी का क्या वैल्यू है? लेकिन फिर भी people are buying Mercedes, people are buying Bentley, people are buying Maruti also. Last 3 months, अगर आप देखेंगे, there is a different kind of price war going on. How I can offer a 7-seater car at the lowest price, which was never there. Earlier it was a 7-seater car means मैं कितना costly रख सकता अपना गाड़ी को, so that लोगों को अगर गाड़ी खरीदना तो मेरा गाड़ी खरीदेगा. वो बजट लेके आएगा कि मेरा 7-seater का मतलब 10 लाख मिनिमम बजट है, उसके ऊपर मेरे को क्या मिल सकता है. But this is for the first time happening in last 3 months. आप देखिए, who initiated this war? Who initiated this war? Renault. They launched a 7-seater car at 4.5 lakhs.
You know, the French somehow bring about a lot of revolution. They have brought about a revolution in tourism. They brought about a revolution in cars. They were the ones who brought in these idea of malls. The malls didn't exist.
Yes, very
Yes.
true.
And of course, the fashion industry. So they have this unique characteristic of influencing people.
Yeah. So they picked up what people are looking for.
Yeah.
And they provided you something which is customized. Even a mall is a customized marketplace. Same t-shirt आप Benetton का खरीदो इतना कॉस्ट आएगा, आप प्रोवोक का खरीदो इतना कॉस्ट आएगा, आप किसी और का खरीदो इतना कॉस्ट आएगा, कोई नाम ना पता वैसा टी-शर्ट किसी ब्रांड से खरीदो अलग कॉस्ट आएगा. So it's customized. You come to the mall, you choose the product and you choose the shop where you want to buy it from. So,
but in spite of all this, is it true that a customer at all levels, what I mean by all levels, whether the product is mid segment, high segment, low segment, he has this tendency that if I get it something cheaper than what the MRP is or what it is, there's a strong level of satisfaction. That is why you find airport shops are always in demand.
Yeah.
And that is why people also buy when there is independent sales. So what I'm trying to say is ultimately The turning point is this, that if I get even say 2% discount, which is very negligible, unless of course the price be very high, but even that 2% gives you such a satisfaction that I don't mind spending a lakh of rupees to get that 2% satisfaction.
Quite likely, quite likely.
So it is this one, and at the international level, research has shown that the most price conscious people in the world are Indians.
That could be there. That's okay.
No, I'm just telling you what I have read.
Anyway, so let's focus on the topic. So we are not focusing on the customer. We are focusing on the people who are selling to the customers.
Sorry.
So customers will remain customer everywhere. So okay. So next point is that about the salesman is they may overpromise to get the sale. A salesman overpromise to make a sale, whereas a sales professional will always underpromise and over delivers to build credibility. Will always underpromise so that he can deliver more than what he is promising. एग्जाम्पल, सेल्समैन बोलेगा सर मैं आपका करवा दूंगा, आप शॉप में आ जाइए, मैं आपका करवा दूंगा, आप शॉप में आ जाइए. शॉप में आ गया, फिर बोलेगा सर आज नहीं हो पाएगा, या आज नहीं है, या ये ऑफर अभी नहीं चल रहा है. But what they ensure that you make your footfall into the store. A sales professional will say, मैं बात करके देखता हूँ possible है कि नहीं. So I'm not promising anything because this offer was there till yesterday on this particular product. And what that person will go, they might go an extra mile. They might say that, can you wait for one more week? Because there's a possibility that these prices will drop.
Stock market.
Hmm?
Stock market.
No, even while selling a mobile phone or selling a laptop also. So they will tell you that, okay, या उनको पता होता है कि किसी बैंक का ऑफर आ रहा है, किसी क्रेडिट कार्ड का ऑफर आ रहा है. So they will tell you, do you have this credit card? Okay, next week on offer is coming up. That's what Amazon is doing. They are offering credit card discounts. They are saying that this offer will be available next week. So you prepare right now. If you can wait for 1 week, you will get some additional discount. They are offering no cost EMIs, not even processing fees. Whatever the cost of the product, you are just getting to pay the same amount in 6 equated monthly installments. Not a single penny extra. We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Salesman or the sales professional. He's the most successful sales professional if he can do that.
Yeah.
Because over and above the MRP, he is getting his discount. He's getting his profit.
Absolutely.
So he's the most convincing one.
He's curating a product for you, though the product remains the same.
Yes.
A sales professional, what he is doing, he's basically curating the product for you, though it remains the same. Okay, next. Works reactively, responding to immediate opportunities. Salesman. वो reaction पे काम करता है. Whereas a sales professional, if you notice carefully, they always work proactively. They create opportunities to make a sale happen. They create opportunities to make a sale happen. You're getting at what I'm talking about. Very simple. आपको मिलेंगे ऐसे लोग, वो आपको कोई प्रोडक्ट बेचेगा ही नहीं, तुरंत तो बेचेगा ही नहीं. He will create the demand for that product and wait for that moment when that opportunity comes, and then he will talk about the price, and he will then, that is the moment when that person will tell you आप कैसे पे करोगे, कार्ड से या कैश से. सेल्समैन बोलेगा आपके पास कैश है या कार्ड है, वो कैश के साथ बात भी नहीं करेगा, बोलेगा आपके पास कार्ड है, आर यू कैरिंग एनी कार्ड, डेबिट कार्ड, क्रेडिट कार्ड. आस्किंग द सेम क्वेश्चन, खाली पूछने का लैंग्वेज अलग है. द सेल्समैन इज आस्किंग आर यू कैरिंग योर क्रेडिट कार्ड, आपके पास क्रेडिट कार्ड है अभी. ही इज नॉट इवन टॉकिंग अबाउट डेबिट कार्ड. A sales professional will ask you how you are going to make a payment. दिखने में सेम है, but the questions are different. He is asking what options you have, and I will let you know whether that option is applicable or not. Okay, and this is the last one, which is my most favorite one. A salesman always considers learning new things as option. And a sales professional always sees continuous learning and skill upgrading as essential. He will commit dedicated time to upgrade himself, to update himself, to learn new techniques, how to pitch a product, how to pitch a statement, how to pitch a sentence, what words should be used, what words should not be used. They will invest in learning new technologies. They will actually invest, पैसे लगाएंगे. Not just attending free sessions, they will actually invest. Because they know कि इस investment से मैं इसका 10 times निकाल सकता हूँ. And with that attitude, they will make the investment. So they will definitely invest. They will invest their time, they will invest their attention, they will invest their money, they will invest their attitude. सब कुछ invest करेंगे सीखने के लिए, नई चीज सीखने के लिए. It's the same car showroom. The salesman will only talk about what he is taught. The sales professional will go out and ask. He will start comparing with other cars in the market. He will know that what is the difference. What is happening today? You go to any of these showrooms, they are all selling these 7-seaters. And the professional one will tell you कि रेनो का कार 4.5 लाख का है, मेरा कार क्यों 6.5 लाख का है. Even imagine, even Toyota is coming up with a low cost car now. They are also thinking about coming up with a low cost 7-seaters. Toyota, जिसका इनोवा का प्राइस 18 लाख से नीचे कभी था ही नहीं, अभी तो और भी ऊपर जा रहा है. But now they are thinking of coming up with a sub 15 lakh car. I don't know how they will bring us such a car like that. But this is what is happening. So I'm not talking about that what is happening. What I'm talking about is what happens when you are there. So this is not only about car, this is about anything. It is even about selling a simple cosmetic soap or just a face wash. This process is the same, the technology is the same, the techniques are same, the attitudinal difference is the same. The costlier the product is, you must update yourself, you must upgrade yourself, you must upskill yourself, you must upscale yourself. ये सब तो आपको करना ही पड़ेगा जितना आप कॉस्टली प्रोडक्ट से डील करेंगे, लेकिन कॉस्टली प्रोडक्ट से डील करने का फायदा भी है. If you want to close a sale of say, छोटा अमाउंट ही लेते हैं, if you want to close a sale of say 10 lakhs or maybe 1 lakh, you can sell a 10,000 rupees product to 10 people, or you can sell a 1 lakh product to 1 person. दोनों के लिए आपको समय उतना ही लगाना पड़ेगा, शायद मेहनत उतना ही करनी पड़ेगी. खाली फर्क यहाँ पे है कि आप उस मेहनत को कैसे करेंगे और कैसे आप पहले आइडेंटिफाई कर लेंगे किसके साथ जाके मैं बात करूँ. So if you want to build the skills, talk to people who are not going to buy the product. If you want to build the skills, because they will ask you all the questions. And if you want to sell it, go to people who can afford it. If you're trying
Wonderful
to-
statement. Wonderful
Yes,
statement.
absolutely. Absolutely. If you want to build the skill, see, आप कोई भी skill तभी build करते हो जब आप किसी को सिखाते हो. So in a game of sales, find out people who cannot afford your product. So they will be the biggest critics. वो आपको वो सारा सवाल पूछेंगे. So that you are already prepared when you are actually going to the expert person who can afford it. Sell your product to somebody who can afford it like this. अब आप बोलोगे कि यार जिसके जो एक जॉब कर रहा है रेंट भी दे रहा है वो कैसे एक 12 लाख का गाड़ी खरीदेगा. That person can afford only when that person can get a loan. You have to identify that that person is capable of getting a loan or not. Then you can pitch the product. Okay, good, interesting session.
Very much. I like your approach is very wonderful. Please
We can hear you, ma'am.
talk in a very influencing manner. And you
We can't
approach
hear you, ma'am. There's a sound.
Always talk in such an influencing manner that you that you bring about a new approach in our minds. Correct?
See, I focus on putting it in a way such that you find it interesting and at least listenable, at least applicable. नहीं तो ये सब दिखने में ये सब लगता है कि these are only for corporates जहाँ पे people are focusing on closing their sales or meeting their targets, but this is equally applicable to you as well. आप भूल जाओ आप कुछ प्रोडक्ट या सर्विस बेच रहे हो, आप अपने आप को भी बेच रहे हो जब आप कहीं पे जाके इंटरव्यू दे रहे हो. तो you need to figure out कि आप उस कंपनी में आप क्या वैल्यू ऐड कर सकते हो. You figure out what they are looking for और वहाँ पे आपका जो स्किल सेट है उसको आप कैसे अप्लाई कर सकते हो. आपके पास जो नॉलेज बेस है आप कैसे अप्लाई कर सकते हो सकता है आपके पास नॉलेज बेस नहीं है. We can ask them that may I know what kind of skill set I need to develop. Okay, how much time normally it will take to develop those skill sets? Good. Let's close this session right here. I will meet you. No, I will meet you 6 months later, for example. So this guy asked that what skill set is required and how much time it will take to build that skill set. So now instead of wasting time with the prospective employer, he might say, like if he's a good person who is actually looking forward to contribute to the organization, वो बोलेगा ठीक है, let us close this session here, close this discussion here. मुझे probably a job मिलने वाला है नहीं, but I will come 6 months later. I will develop these skills. I'll find out how better it can be done. I will figure out what other companies are doing in this area, and let me prepare myself, and I'll come. I'm joining. This is one way of doing it. Alternatively, you can hire me right now, give me a little less salary, and help me develop those skills. Because अगर मैं आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में रह के अगर मैं वो स्किल डेवलप कर लूंगा, that will be more beneficial for you. अभी मैंने क्या कि मैंने अपना बेचा कि नहीं. But how I sold myself, first I said that let us close this interview because I don't have those skills. Let me go out and build those skills. And the alternate approach is if you allow me to work here, how it will be beneficial for you. How about that? Do you think it will be beneficial for you? Then we can continue this conversation.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
So see, this is what I am doing whenever I'm selling something. So even when I'm selling my digital marketing services, I just exactly say the same thing. People talk about prices, they compare about a lot of things. I say, how about taking the services from me for a month, and if you don't like it, I will refund you the whole month. I will not even ask you for the feedback. Okay, why you didn't or what you didn't like about my service. How about that? Can you take that risk? Are you willing to take that risk? Nothing will be at risk for you. The risk is on me. अभी देखिए यहाँ पे मेरे को क्या बेनिफिट हो सकता है, दो बड़ा बेनिफिट हो सकता है. बेनिफिट नंबर वन, व्हेन आई विल वर्क विद दिस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, आई विल गेट टू नो what they are doing and how they are doing and what is their key focus areas. In case they discontinue the service with me, I can go to his competitor and tell him that मैंने उनके लिए 1 महीना काम किया था और मुझे पूरा पता है what they are looking for. The only thing is they are looking for the same thing at a lower price because they cannot match my price. आप मेरा सर्विस लेना चाहते हो तो 1 महीना करके देखो मेरे से. If it doesn't work for you, I will refund your money. ऐसा अगर मुझे 2-3 क्लाइंट मिल गया तो I understand that entire industry. Now when I will go to the fourth customer जो उससे भी बड़ा है, उसको जाके मैं वही प्रोडक्ट 3 गुना प्राइस में बेच के मैं अपना सारा रिकवर कर सकता. This is the difference between a salesman and a sales professional. Sales professional will look at every opportunity to learn something so that I can use the same knowledge to sell it to somebody at a higher price. जरूरी थोड़ी है जिंदगी भर मारुति का ही सेल्स वर्कशॉप में शोरूम में मैं काम करूं. अब अगर मेरे पास अच्छी नॉलेज है तो आई को गो फॉर हायर showrooms, hire costly car showrooms. That is how these people develop their expertise. है ना, इंटरेस्टिंग है ना, बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग सेशन.
You make it interesting. You make it interesting.
You can apply the same technology to build strong relationships with people who are important for you. Process same है, because ultimately you are building relationships only. You are building strong, reliable और trustworthy, कुछ भी बोल लो, profitable long term relationship. हर किसी चीज में मकसद यही है, चाहे वो बिजनेस हो चाहे वो पर्सनल रिलेशनशिप्स हो. बिजनेस में भी तो क्लाइंट के साथ ही आपको डील करना पड़ेगा. यू कैन नॉट sell a Maruti or even we're talking about a car or a bicycle, or even if it is a banana, you can't sell it to a dog. आपको इंसान ही ढूंढना पड़ेगा उसको बेचने के लिए. So, and with that, in human being, you have to build the relationship. And if that relationship eventually becomes a strong, trustworthy, profitable and long-term one, हो गया आपका काम. वही आपको नया नया कस्टमर लाके दे. I applied the same technology in my business, जो traditional business है. It's 26 years now. 26 साल में मैंने एक भी मार्केटिंग एजेंट हायर नहीं किया अपने कंपनी. एक भी मार्केटिंग के बंदे को हायर नहीं किया. जितने मेरे क्लाइंट्स हैं, एग्जिस्टिंग क्लाइंट्स हैं, मुझे सारे नए बिजनेस एग्जिस्टिंग क्लाइंट से ही मिलते हैं, आज भी मिलते हैं.
The day we learn your skills, it will be a great day.
हाँ, आपको बस अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा और कुछ नहीं. आई एम नॉट सेइंग एनीथिंग व्हिच इज न्यू. नथिंग इज न्यू. व्हाटएवर आई शेयर्ड विद यू, नथिंग इज न्यू. It's all about being aware and stay connected. Consciously उसको करना है कुछ दिन. That's it. Nothing is new. See, I do not share anything which is new to you. आप सुन के आपको लगेगा पिनाकी कुछ भी नया बात नहीं बता रहे हैं, मुझे पता है. The only thing is that आपने शायद उसको अमल नहीं किया उस पर. That is the only difference. Nothing else. No new things. Maybe I put it in a structured way such that at least आपके सामने भी pointers हैं कि चलो इन पॉइंट्स पे अगर मैं फोकस करूंगी या करूंगा तो I can become a better version of myself every passing day. And in 7 days, I can become someone who is good enough to take this forward. From every learning, the only question that you need to ask yourself is who I am going to become rather than what I am going to learn. दैट मैटर्स। क्योंकि लोग आपको देखते हैं, आपके अंदर क्या ज्ञान है, वो उनसे उनका कोई मतलब नहीं है। वो दिखेगा थोड़ी। दे विल ओनली सी हु यू बिकम, हु यू आर फॉर देम।